Good morning. Welcome to your fabulous Friday. Today is your first fabulous Friday in this series of the one-to-one days of life transformation called One-to-One for Life, Born One-to-One for Life, Love and Light. So let's start with our power of dreams programming, wherein we manifest our dream, any one, two, three, four. Hopefully, your affirmation for the dream is in front of your screen. If not, just visualize your dream coming true and run towards it, dance for it, do whatever you want in this beautiful music. So, I hope we are clear about the rituals that we've learned. For those of us who are joining the first time, just follow and be in the flow, and you can cover up the rest of sessions. So, let's start our morning. So my dreams are in front of me. I keep reading them and visualizing them. Yes, we've got that. Each one of us is a winner in life. Each one of us is an achiever, a believer, and whatever we dream comes true because we are radiating at high frequency every day. So more power to our dreams, more power to us, and let's begin a beautiful day. So without further ado, let's just do a synopsis of what we learned yesterday. So yesterday, we introduced 5 books to each other, and these books are very beautiful. We first had Lou Cotino's Magic Weight Loss Pill. In that, we talked about the gratitude chapter. So yesterday was Thankful Thursday. Thereby, everything was to do with thank yous and arigatos, right? So Lou Cotino's book, we talked about the power of thank yous. Then we went into the magic book by Rhonda Byrne, wherein she taught us how to count our blessings, how to write them down with the reason, and saying thank you to somebody, something, with the why reason. Why are we grateful? So that gives more power. We were guided to read the 10 blessings again, in like just read them through, and at the end of each blessing say thank you, thank you, thank you. 3 thank yous, they are like really powerful, right? One for the past, one for the present, one for the future. So we talked about this. Then we went into this beautiful book by Scott. It's about the simple steps into adding the power to our dreams. We were told to think big, dream big, and he said very confidently, if you just read them and don't implement, you'll be able to achieve this much. But if you do a little bit implementation of the book, you can achieve this much, and you'll start dreaming big, thinking big, achieving big. That is the reason why we were adding power to our dreams. Then, of course, we did sun salutations, Surya Namaskar kiya humne, understanding why we were doing it with reason. 3 बार किया, because 3 again is a number of creation. So we did 3 sun salutations. So जब किसी को प्रणाम करते हैं, धोखते हैं या झुकते हैं या जो भी whatever we do, remember the other person is always blessing you, right? This is the way we are saluting the sun कि उनकी ऊर्जा, उनकी blessings हमको मिले. So that way we are again adding power to our dreams. ब्रह्म मुहूर्त के टाइम पे हम सूर्य नमस्कार कर रहे हैं, and वो भी 3 बार, so it's invoking a lot of positive vibration. Then we talked about this beautiful book, my favorite book, by Sunny Platon, incredibly believable, about the shift of Mother Earth and all of us humankinds, which I think all of us will believe. Then the last and the 5th book for the day was very beautiful. It was called Heart Thoughts by Louise Hay, wherein she's teaching us the world of affirmations. So every day she's giving us one heart thought, which is also an affirmation with a proper reason of why that thought is written, why the thought has come. So that is something we're supposed to write in our assignments. For those who are thinking they're looking at joining and those who've registered, I hope you've done your assignment. The MIS, which is called the Magical Investment Score, is going to determine how active you are. Rahul sir, Amrita, and I'm working on the scores. So let me tell you, 30% of your score every single day is about, did you come live? Did you actually put on your camera or they were off? So that's 30%. Then there are 7 questions, each having 10 mark each. So I did talk about this in the credibility that until there's accountability, we will not know where we are, going forth. So this is a stepping stage till 12 days. It'll be an open generic thing. Registered users can fit in their name. The non-registered can just add their names, right? That's what we've planned. Thereafter, on day 13, you will all have your independent Zoom logins, where Rahul sir will send to each one of you. He will explain to you how to go about it, and then you have to click on it to register, so that you can just click on that link every morning and join. There'll be no more Zoom ID. It'll be a Zoom session, but a closed session, independent session. So if Ruchi Agarwal's ID, she shares her link with Akshay Agarwal, so Akshay's name will show as Ruchi and Ruchi can't log in. So you can't share your IDs, because otherwise the other person can't join. It's exclusive only for once. So let's get that also clear. So, all right, now it's time for our beautiful morning. I wanted to ask you all, which you can reflect on in the chat box. I have already made a beautiful playlist, simple study playlist, sound list of the magic book. It's a YouTube session. It's anything between 10 minutes to 30 minutes. So are you comfortable hearing that session on your own, but in integrity? Or you still want us to read in the morning? I am okay either ways. It's about what you want. So my idea of reading today and yesterday was that it was about gratitude. Yesterday was about gratitude in the morning. Today also magic chapter 1, 2 is going to be about gratitude. So today and yesterday I had to read. Day 3 onwards, are you ready to do it on your own, like a parallel study? Even if you're in a shower, put on your AirPods and just do it. You're running, do it. You just have to hear. So on your own, you're good. Niriksha, Ritu is good. Disha is good. Shivani is good. Ruchi is good. So I take that as like 5 yeses in the morning. So magic book, as I wrote in the flyer also, is a parallel session. So we will read till today. Tomorrow onwards, it's going to be sent to you the way Amrita sends. So great. Thank you, Meenakshi, and thank you, Sonakshi, also for adding to the yeses. So we have 7 yeses, and for me, they're more than enough. So thank you for everyone for being in sync. So Rahul sir, let's have the second chapter of the magic book. But before that, let's do the Luke Cotino, chapter 1. Luke Cotino, we are going to start today with lifestyle practices. Very simple stuff, about 5 minutes of reading, but at least kuch na kuch ideas aayenge aap log ko about your health. So we did discuss that health is wealth. So if we start discussing in our mind, okay, this is what I read in the morning. Can I intertwine this learning in my body, in my life? कहीं ना कहीं 62 चेंजेस आपके 60 डेज में आएंगे. अगर आपने 10 भी अडॉप्ट कर लिए, so your health is going to go to the next level. So the first book will be Luke Cotino, Magic Weight Loss Pill, every day. Second book will be the Magic Book, every day, Rahul sir. So I hope we are doing the Luke Cotino book. And in that, today we will start with chapter 1, because yesterday I did 60, just because it was about thank yous. Today onwards, it will be in synchronicity from 1 to 59 every single day. And then we'll go on to 61, 62. We may even do 60 again. So that's the plan for the thing. Simple steps will teach us a lot of things today. Even in the other books, we will do very step by step. I'm going to take little of you. So those of you who haven't attended the sessions pehle and you have registered now, please, one request you, the playlist is sent every single day in all the broadcast groups, especially your group. Please make it a point to hear the session on the go. Let's understand it's very important to do the old stuff. No, so we are not doing this. We're doing the lifestyle number 1. Just go for, no, we are doing that book, sir. I'm saying chapter 1 and not the section 1. So I'll tell you which page we have to do. I've already marked it, sir. So if you open the book, you will be able to understand very clearly. We've missed the first section. We're not doing that. We're only doing our facts. So yeah. So are we a little clear? If not, let me know. It's a page number 93, raw until lunch. So I'm sorry, I did send, you all may think that there's some communication happening between Rahul sir and me. We did communicate, but I think there is a slip between the cup and the saying. So it's all right. The first few days and we will get around to it. Page number 93. Thank you, Rahul sir. So raw until lunch is a beautiful fact. And if we start intertwining, so can you just flip one page prior? So I want to introduce them to what the section part 2 is all about. So this part 2 is the most powerful lifestyle change we all can include in our life, and their habits to lose weight and keep it off. They're also habits for us to understand, imbibe, and incorporate. So let's go on the next page, sir. This lifestyle change encourages you to eat only raw food. It's called raw until lunch for a reason. What do we have in the raw foods? Fruits, vegetable juices, soaked nuts and seeds until lunchtime, which means your pohas, upmas, dhoklas, chillas go out the window, at least for a while. Just so that you know. So, why am I saying this? Why am I intertwining body into our spiritual journey of mind, body, and our soul? The toxicity in our body, when it reduces, we are ready for a change, a shift in our energy. So, if we keep our body clean in the morning, this is going to really add value in our learning. So you can have a fruit with some nuts, seeds in the morning, a glass of vegetable juice, any kind of smoothie, whether you have ashgard, whether you have cucumber, radish, you have a beetroot, whatever you wish, with the next meal being lunch, which will actually be your first cooked meal of the day. You may have another fruit again as a mid morning snack in case you get hungry, but make sure to stop your fruit intake 30 to 45 minutes before lunch. So that's very important to keep these gaps. Be mindful about these gaps in case we're not. Fruit is never supposed to be mixed. So get that very clear. In the Indian families, khana ke saath hi phal bhi khate hain, which is not really great. Raw foods are detoxifying in nature. The more you help your body eliminate toxins, the faster you can drop that fat. Raw foods are best absorbed on an empty stomach as they require digestive enzymes different from those for cooked food to be broken down into nutrients, sugar, and fiber. Absorption is highest when fruit and vegetables are eaten on an empty stomach. If you usually wake up and drink a lot of water to flush out your system, you should continue doing that. You may have tea or coffee post your fruit intake as well. Although, to get the best out of this lifestyle change, you should have just fruits and water until lunch. So, as a Sangha, are we ready to drop the morning tea and coffee? If yes, your body will become even more purer, ready for spirituality. And it's all about a mindset. People in the first and second Sangha have dropped it very easily. If you decide it, you can do it. अभी morning में 5 o'clock उठ ही रहे ना आप लोग सोचा था कभी 5 बजे पढ़ने आएंगे to grow in life. Never thought, right? So we are doing it. If you're a diabetic, it's recommended you follow up the fruits with nuts to reduce the spike in blood sugar levels. Discuss this with your doctor or nutritionist first. In case you have been told not to eat nuts, don't eat fruits right after a meal because they require different enzymes. They are digested more quickly after a meal. They mix with the other food and rot and ferment in the gut, causing indigestion, acidity, burping, flatulence, and most of the nutrients are destroyed, hence not absorbed. This is why you should always eat fruits on an empty stomach or 45 minutes to an hour before meals. Avoid fruits after sunset. Fruits are simple carbs and break down quickly into energy. After sunset, you should be preparing for rest and eventually sleep. Therefore, you'll need more complex carbs, high quality proteins, and quality fats that the body will use for a number of functions while you sleep. If you're going to be awake late into the night, then it may be okay to have a late evening snack of fruits, but again, on an empty stomach. So I hope the science is clear. Fruit to be had on an empty stomach only. Eat your fruits whole rather than juicing them. As juice fruit loses most of their fiber and nutrients, it causes rapid spikes in blood sugar levels. Chew your food and really savor every bite of it. Remember, digestion begins in the mouth. Not only is chewing good for your teeth, the natural sweetness of fruits also sends a signal to your brain for the release of satiety hormone and reduces cravings for other sweet food. So if you have sweet craving, chew your fruit very well. Indulge in it, enjoy it, soak in it, and then you'll get the right signals that you'll not be more hungry for fruits, for sweets. When you do start to make this lifestyle change, you may feel hungry at first, mostly because your body is used to a heavy breakfast. Fruits actually provide a lot of energy to the cells and the body. But because you are used to a more elaborate breakfast, you may not feel the results initially. You will get used to it 2 days into the change. Most of my clients have made it a daily lifestyle change, while some choose to do it once or twice a week. Pick what works for you and give it a shot. Check out some of this amazing feedback from those who have adopted this change. So these are testimonials, and there are a lot of us, so we will not read the testimonials. But again, I say each to their own. So if you want to do it, you can do it. Get that very, very clearly. Train your mind. Start with fruits, breakfast, and raw for a couple of days. Then move on your days one day, one day, one day. Maybe start with twice a week, then thrice, then 4 times, then 5 times, then 6 times. Seventh day, if you want to have your Sunday breakfast, go for it. Always listen to your heart. There should never be like a do's and don'ts. This is a generic ballpark idea. So thank you, Rahul sir, for showcasing this chapter 1 about going raw until lunch. Now we'll move on to our magic book, where today we read it the last time, the chapter 2. It's about gratitude, so we read it. And henceforth, we will be doing self-study about this beautiful chapter on in this journey. And now, Shweta, yes, she's been doing it daily. Shweta, in fact, you can talk about the change you felt in the reflection time after we conclude the meditation. You've really implemented the Sangha 1 learning and 2, and you found a sea change. So please do talk about it. So today we are on day 2 of the magic book. It's called the Magic Rock. So if you look at the left-hand side, there you can see a pillow, a bed, and on the side table, you can see a clock and you can see a magic rock. You can see there's a lot of magic in that rock. So just to let you know, I have a big magic rock, the way it's in the picture. It's this much. Mine is really big. It's got a tree of life painted on it. It's got peace written. It was a gift from my younger sister to me. She painted and given to me. So this is my magic rock. But when I travel, and I travel like a lot, of course, the pandemic hasn't seen me travel much. So I have a tiny little stone for when I travel. So I just keep this. So I've got 2 stones. It doesn't matter. So that's one thing today you can find wherever. It can be in your houses like pebbles. It can be lying. It should be smooth. We'll talk about the science. So Charles Dickens says he was born in 1812. He crossed over in 1870. He was a writer. He says, reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has plenty, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some. So let's talk about our blessings. Let's keep expanding our blessings. Let's not talk about a negative because we're not supposed to talk about it. Remember, whatever we speak about, whatever we think about expands. So let's expand the goodness. In the beginning of working with these practices, it takes concentrated days in a row to make gratitude a habit. Anything that reminds you to be grateful is helping you turn your life into gold with gratitude. And that's exactly what this magical practice is about. Lee Brower. So I hope you've seen the Secret film. I've been speaking about it the last 3-4 days. It's very important for us to see the movie because it brings in the law of attraction very solidly in our system. There's this kahavat which says, "Pictures speak louder than words." So if you and me are reading or listening, vis-a-vis seeing something and listening, the retention power will be much higher when we see and we listen. So that's why I request you all to indulge 90 minutes into that movie. You can't see 90 minutes as a stretch, break it in 30 to 3, but do see it, do schedule it. What gets scheduled gets done. We talked about this power also on the day 4. So Lee Brower presented the gratitude rock practice in the Secret film and book. When he told us the story of the father of a dying child who used a gratitude rock to be grateful for his son's health. and his son made a miraculous recovery. Since then, the Gratitude Rock has been a proven success with many people the world over who have used it for money, healing, and happiness. First, find a rock or a stone. Choose a small size that fits in the palm of your hand and that you can close your fingers around. Choose a rock that is smooth, without sharp edges, not too weighty, and that feels really good in your hands when you hold it. You can find a magic rock from a garden, if you have one, or from a riverbed, creek, ocean, or park. If you don't have any access to any one of these places, then ask your neighbors, family, or friends. You may even have a precious rock or stone already that you can use as your magic rock. When you have found your magic rock, put it by your bedside in a place where you will definitely see it when you go to bed. Clear some space around it if necessary so that you can easily see your magic rock when you go to bed. If you use an alarm clock, put it next to your alarm clock. Tonight, just before you get into bed to go to bed, pick up your magic rock, hold it in the palm of one hand, and close your fingers around it. Think back carefully through all the good things that happened during the day and find the best thing that happened that you're grateful for. Then say the magic words, thank you for the best thing that happened. Return the magic rock to its place by your bed, and that's it. So, to all the registered participants, until the 12th day is over, until you are put into the core sanghas, I request you, I urge you to share your gratitude on either the Facebook one-to-one sangha page or the WhatsApp group that is made for your sangha. It's called 1-2-1-3 sangha. You can wear a small rock as pendant and just use it whenever. So people who do the rosary beads wear the rosary beads around their hands also. That's okay. That's absolutely comfortable to wear what you want. But you should be able to hold it. So yeah, in your heart you can wear it. Why not? So every night for the next 26 days, follow the same magic rock practice before you go to bed. Think back through the day and find the best thing that happened that day. While holding your magic rock in your hand, be as grateful as you can be for that one thing, for that thing, for that thing, for that thing. 10 such things, or maybe 5 such things. The idea is to say thank you and sleep in gratitude. So we're waking up to gratitude by writing, and we're sleeping to gratitude by holding the magic rock, scanning, doing a mind scan, a day scan. This also actually helps you all in the night when you think about your gratitude, क्या हुआ आज पूरे दिन में, कल लिखने में भी easy हो जाता है. Initially, if you can't write the 10 days about what happened today, start with anything that's happened in prior in your life. Just start writing gratitude. अभी कुछ नहीं भी समझ में आ रहा लाइफ में कि किसके लिए ग्रेटफुल हो, ये मैजिक तो आने वाला है, यू विल बी वेरी ग्रेटफुल. पहले आपकी शादी के टाइम पे, बचपन के टाइम पे, समथिंग कॉलेज के टाइम पे, think of anything that you can be grateful for. Okay, so even something in your house, you have a painting, be grateful for that. Initially, create yourself like that, then develop the practice. Using a rock seems like such a simple thing to do, but through this practice, you will see magical things begin to happen in your life. When you look for the best things that happened during the day, you will search through many good things that happened. And in the process of searching and then deciding on the best one you're actually thinking of, many things you're grateful for. You will also be ensuring that you go to sleep and wake up in gratitude each day. It's going to become second skin to you. Gratitude will become like, bas gratitude nikalta hai muh se. Then count your blessings and count your blessings and magic rock practices will ensure that you begin and end your day in a state of gratitude. In fact, they're so powerful that put together, they would change your life in a few months. But this book is designed to change your life really fast with abundance of magical practices, because gratitude is magnetic and attracts more things to be grateful for. The concentration of gratitude over 28 days will intensify the magnetic force of your gratitude. When you have a strong magnetic force of gratitude, like magic, you automatically magnetize everything you want and need to you. So please, one request. I know अपने आप करने को आप लोगों ने बोला है. Please कर लेना every day. Relationships better हो जाएंगे, health better हो जाएगी, आपकी thought process better हो जाएगा. 28 days लगातार करना है. 2 days आज हो रहे हैं. 26 more days. Don't lose it, okay? That's your promise to me. Are you in integrity? So thank you, Rahul sir, for showcasing this book. Now, very beautifully, we'll move on to the simple steps. So I really want to hear that from everyone. Like Kunjanji says, sure. I want that thumbs up from on screen. I can see all of you, either that or yeah, thank you, Kunjanji. Thank you, Ruchi. Thank you, Meenakshi. Thank you, everyone. It's very important to just not say sure, but to do it. You know, I've learned from my business coach, Rahul sir, implementation is the most important to get you wherever. So you understand the science, but implement is the most important. तो कल हमने किया था चैप्टर 1 जहां हमें स्टीवन स्कॉट ने प्रॉमिस किया था अबाउट आवर लाइफ बिकमिंग मैजिकल कि हम ड्रीम बिग थिंक बिग कर सकते हैं. आज उस जर्नी को आगे लेकर जाएंगे. So great, Shivani, you've been doing it regularly because you've been an old Sangha. Fantastic. This is actually for the new ones. Thank you, Puneet, for saying you will do it for sure. I appreciate that. So chapter 2 of this beautiful book, namely Simple Steps to Impossible Dreams by Stephen K. Scott. How could a corporate failure become a multimillionaire? How could a high school student with no money for flying lessons become a licensed pilot without spending a penny? How could a non-musician create successful music groups and even direct a symphony? How could an ignorant, insensitive husband achieve a loving and fulfilling marriage? Now, maybe these statements sound a little far out or even impossible. And yet, these impossible dreams all came true as a result of the utilizing the art of dream conversion. My high school dream of getting my pilot's license came true, even though I had no money for flying lessons. At the time, flying lessons costed $40 an hour, and I didn't have a dime in savings. And yet, the dream conversion skills enabled me to receive those lessons and achieve a private pilot's license without spending a single penny. Now, is that believable? किसी के पास एक भी रुपया नहीं है, एक भी डॉलर नहीं है, and he becomes a trained license. That's the power of dream conversion, which all of us will learn. Stephen Scott says, my college degree of creating 2 successful music groups came true even though I knew nothing about music. My dream of directing the William Tell Overture with the Great Symphony came true in the summer of 1994, even though I still knew nothing about music. My dreams of succeeding in business and making millions of dollars came true, even though I failed at 9 jobs in my first 6 years after college. And most importantly, my dreams of a loving and fulfilling marriage came true, even though I used to be an insensitive husband who was totally ignorant when it came to knowing how to meet the deepest emotional needs of my wife. So just guess what? This guy has failed 6 years of, after college, 9 jobs. He's had a lost marriage. Yet now he's so happy just because he realized the power of dream conversion. And hence his book is a roaring success. Yeah, but that's you, not me. We're a lot different. This might be a reply, Yes, we are different, but you're most likely in a better position to make your dreams come true than the position I was in a few years ago. Chances are pretty good that you think people who achieve the impossible dreams are in a different league from you. You'll call them superhumans, you'll call them achievers, you'll call them believers, you'll call them, I don't know what all you'll call, but that's simply not true. I have known and worked with billionaires, Academy Award winning actors, actresses, and super achievers from all walks of life. And I can tell you, they don't have higher IQs. They have not been better educated, and they do not have better backgrounds than you. They simply learned and utilized some specific techniques that enable them to dream big and then to achieve those dreams. Instead of just being dreamers, they became dream makers. Everyone in life is a dreamer, a dream maker, or a dream breaker. So if I had to guess, I'd say 30% of American adults are dreamers. 69.9% are dream breakers, and only 1/10 of 1% are dream makers. Which category do you want to be in? I have been in all three. And I can tell you with all certainty that being a dream maker is infinitely more rewarding. So let me tell you all that I have been a dreamer, a believer, achiever from day one. Because I was very fortunate to grow up in a family where Bauji, my Nanaji, has inculcated the art of dreaming, achieving, and believing. So, and I have also failed. So much so I failed in life that I acquired cancer because I dipped in my energy levels. But guess what? It made me only stronger because I dreamt to be good and healthy and much more prosperous. Guess what? Life is magical. Just because I dream it, I believe it, I achieve it. So more power to all my Sangha Mitras. The power of dreams is here for you for a reason. So please find the love and light. Whatever Stephen Scott is saying in his book, listen to it, imbibe it, abide it, and reflect on it. So you will very soon have journals after the 21st when I energize your journals. You can start writing in that. Meanwhile, you can create one book, one third for gratitude, one third for reflections, one third for your dreams. Stephen Scott says, my goal for this book is twofold. Number one, to prove to you that you can become a dream maker, achieve your dreams, and help others to achieve theirs. Number two, to equip you with all the specific skills and techniques you need to become a dream maker. So I can tell you this book really helped me in my life. Firstly, I'm doing the number one bit now, achieving my bit and helping others to achieve theirs. And it's making me, every time I read this book, I'm becoming a better dream maker. So that's why it's beautiful. But first, Stephen Scott says, I must prove to you that you can achieve your highest dreams, because if you do not truly believe you can, you won't take the time to learn and practice the very skills and techniques critical to achieving your dreams. The night my whole life changed. It's a beautiful story. Let's listen to it. Let's read it. At 40 minutes past midnight on December 22nd, 1971, my life was instantly changed. At that moment, I felt a kind of love I had never felt before. Not simply more of the love I'd felt for my wife or my parents, but a completely different kind of love. You see, at that precise moment, I looked into the beautiful blue eyes of my first child, a brand new baby girl. As I looked into those eyes and they looked back at me, I was overcome by a wave of love, unlike any I had ever felt before. I wanted to tell my little girl how much daddy loved her. I wanted to tell her that I would always take care of her, that whatever she needed, daddy would provide. But as I began my 3-hour drive home from the hospital that night, reality began to set in. How could I even begin to think that I could meet any of my daughter's material needs? I'd only been out of college for a little over a year, and I was already on my third job. In fact, I had lost my second only 4 days before my daughter's birth. At the time, my income was less than half the national average. As a college graduate with a degree in marketing, I was failing miserably in my chosen field. About 9 months later, I was driving to work from the tiny apartment where we lived. As I passed a neighborhood of small homes and saw the backyards with their swing sets and sandboxes, I felt a lump in my throat and tears began to well up in my eyes. I realized that my little girl would never have her own backyard. She would never play on her own swing set. I was sure she would be spending the rest of her life growing up in apartment courtyards Because no matter how hard I worked, I simply could not get ahead. The bills were always bigger than the paychecks, and it seemed as if I couldn't hold a job for more than a few months. I walked into my office that morning, more discouraged than ever. Unfortunately, things only got worse as the day wore on. After lunch, my boss called me into his office. He was a senior vice president and number two man in the company. He had a beautiful office. And because he was head of marketing, I had tremendous respect for him. As I entered his office, he looked at me very gravely, and I knew I was in trouble. Stephen, you're the single greatest disappointment in my entire career, he said. You will never succeed in marketing, and I've decided to let you go. You have 20 minutes to clean out your desk. As I walked back to the desk, I saw that everyone around was pretending not to notice me. My boss had told the entire department that he was going to fire me after lunch. As I cleaned out my desk, I began to cry. Everyone was sneaking peeks, but saying nothing. The last item on my desk was the one that hit me the hardest. It was a picture of my precious little newborn with those great, big, blue, wide open and looking eyes at me. Daddy had failed again, failed his company, failed himself, and failed his little girl. Little did I know that I had 6 more jobs to lose in the next 4 years. I was mastering the art of failing, an art no one likes to dabble in, much less master. Every failure I went through was gut wrenching. Though I later discovered that my dismal failures would become the very foundation for my ultimate success. As you'll see, my story didn't always remain discouraging. In 96, Simon and Schuster published my first book, A Millionaire's Notebook, and they would not have selected the title had my daughter spent her whole life playing in apartment courtyards. But it's the subtitle of that book, How Ordinary People Can Achieve Extraordinary Success, that truly defines what the book was all about. The subtitle confronts one of the most commonly held achievement crippling misconceptions in our society today, that people who achieve extraordinary success are in a complete different league or class from the rest of us. That simply isn't true. In fact, many have risen from far worse circumstances and backgrounds than you have likely experienced. Let me give you 3 examples. A man named Gene Horowitz was raised in Collingswood, New Jersey. Because he was a bedwetter into his adolescence, his mother regularly humiliated him by nagging his wet sheets out of the bedroom window for all his friends to see. She told him he would never amount to anything, and his failure in high school seemed to bear her words out. He graduated 299th out of a class of 301. He later told me that the 2 students who graduated lower than he could barely read and write. Things didn't get much better for Gene after high school. Because he excelled in track, he was awarded a track scholarship to the University of Southern California. But he lost that scholarship during his freshman year because of a disappointing track season. He had no money to return home, and he ended up sleeping on park benches in Santa Monica, California. His first job was selling blankets door to door. And yet, in terms of success rate, Gene went on to become the most successful television writer, director, producer in television history. I say that because his success battling average was 1,000. In other words, 100% of the shows he created were successful. To my knowledge, no other producer in Hollywood history can claim that high a success rate. I knew him as one of the truest and most wonderful friends a man could ever have. You knew him as Michael Landon. So imagine Gene became Michael Landon. So whoever knows Michael Landon knows what success he found. So what happened? Obviously, he also realized this dream conversion art. Now let's talk about another story of two Stevens. As part of my high school's color guard, I had the privilege of raising the American flag at every home football game. So they have a ritual where the color guard has to raise the flag. At every football game or every soccer game, anything that they have to raise their flag. So Stevens was doing that. The reward for this duty was a free ticket to each game and a reserved seat with the school's marching band. At many of the gates, I sat next to a clarinist who was a lot like me. I don't know his last name, but his first name was Stephen too. He was skinny, shy, totally unknown to me and to most of the other students at our high school. Now, back in the 60s, the last place you really wanted to be a football game was in the band or the color guard. But with both of us weighing around 120 pounds, so I think I should rate it 121 pounds, right? It should be 121 pounds. Okay, jokes apart. But with two of us weighing around 120 pounds, the other Stephen and I had no chance of making the football team. Even if we had weighed more, our lack of athletic prowess would have kept us from making any of the sports teams. Like me, the other Stephen never dared anyone from us, never dated anyone from a high school. And neither of us was a great student. In fact, he was a C minus student in in a good semester. This other Stephen was totally unknown to most of the students and teachers at my high school. You, you, however, know him because his name has appeared on five of the top 10 grossing films of all times. In fact, who in America or the world for that matter doesn't know the name Steven Spielberg? He's huge. Imagine this is his story. How fascinating. 20 years after I graduated, my mother phoned me one day and told me that Steven Spielberg was a classmate of mine at Arcadia High School. I told her that was impossible. I knew nearly everyone at Arcadia, and there was no way I wouldn't have known Steven Spielberg. Mom told me to get out of my high school annual and look up his name. Sure enough, his name was in the index. When I finally reached the page with his picture, I was shocked. It was the same Stephen I had sat next to for at least every football game. When we ran into each other a few months later, I said, Stephen, if only I had known. And he replied, Stephen, if only I had known. Isn't that deep? As for me, I graduated from high school slightly above the middle of my class. In high school, I excelled in nothing significant. In the first 6 years after graduating from college in 1970, I flunked out of 9 jobs. If I had written my career history in April 1976, here's what it would have looked like. 1971, first, $600, quit. Second, started business, failed. Third, $1,000, fired. Fourth, $1,000, quit. Fifth, $1,000, quit. Sixth, started business, failed. Seventh, $1,000, fired. $8,000, quit. Ninth, $1,500, quit. As you can see, my income between my second and eighth job rose from only 1,000 per month to 1,100 per month. This was less than half the average income per married household in America. My average length of employment was 6 months per job. Put it all together, and I wasn't even ordinary, I was subordinary. However, on the 10th job, which was lasted 20 years, I have sold over 1 billion worth of goods. And along with my 6 partners, I have created numerous multi-million dollar companies from scratch, creating more than 40 millionaires. After I lost my 8th job, there was no way you could have convinced me that on my 10th job, I would one day earn as much as 500,000 per month. And yet it happened. Wow. So what happened? What took Hugh Horowitz from failure in high school and turned him into Michael Landon? What took Steven Spielberg from unknown below average student and turned him into one of the Hollywood's all-time great directors? And what took Stephen Scott from corporate financial failure and turned him into successful business builder and multimillionaire? Or to put it the other way, what enabled these three underachievers to become achievers beyond their wildest dreams? The answer, my dear friends, my dear co-seekers, is fairly simple. We all learned some critical strategies, skills, techniques that enabled us to begin to dream bigger than we had ever imagined and convert our dreams into reality. As I've come to know many other older men and women who have achieved, many other men and women who have achieved incredible dreams, I discovered that like Stephen, Michael, and me, they've all employed many of the same strategies and skills that we have. Strategies and skills that are learnable and can be used by anyone. More than business success and money, what works? Let's read it. So what works? These dream achieving strategies and techniques can be applied to any important area of life. They can enable you to capture your dreams in your relationships, hobbies, passions, as well as careers, businesses, personal finances. I have used them to reach my dreams in my relationship with my wife, my relationship with my 6 children, and my relationship with my friends. I have used them to achieve my dreams in my writing and television direction, my marketing, and every facet of my business and financial life. I continue to use them every single day. So why did I bother to tell you the story of Michael Landon and Bruce Stevens? To prove to you, my dear seekers, that ordinary people can achieve their highest dreams. Remember, in many ways, we were way below average. Right now, we are probably got a much better start on achieving your dreams than Michael Landon, Steven Spielberg, and Steven Scott had in achieving theirs. Wait, you say. They may be true for you three, but that certainly is not true for us. On contrary, as Zig Ziglar points out in his studies of over 300 historic and contemporary world-renowned men and women, more than 75% rose to the heights of human achievement from the depths of disheartening and discouraging circumstances and backgrounds. Almost none rose from an advantageous background or set of circumstances. Thomas Edison had only 3 months of formal education. By the time he was 12, he was working full time on the railroad. He never had a class in calculus or physics. And yet we all enjoy electric lights, movies, and recorded sound because he learned the art of dream conversion. Bill Lear dropped out of college in school in 6th grade, and yet he gave us car radios when high school physics books said small radios were physically impossible. He also gave us the first airplane autopilot and the first business jet, even through the greatest aircraft companies of his time said. Such advances were impossible because of economic constraints. Oprah Winfrey not only had poverty going against her, she had the wrong color. In the region of the country where the wrong color created almost impossible odds for any achievement. We could fill volumes with the names of men and women who, through the ages, have achieved their dreams despite their background circumstances. So no matter how you rate yourself, your talents, your abilities, starting right now, you can begin to embark on a pathway that will lead you into the most extraordinary relationships, extraordinary accomplishments, personally, professionally. Whether your dream is to lose 50 pounds or to have the most fulfilling marriage you know of, or to start a rewarding career and income far beyond your wildest imagination, you can have it all by learning and utilizing the art of dream conversion. So now I'm going to read you this beautiful art. So those of you who are making your notes, you can if you want. Otherwise, the notes are here. A few people who brought me their impossible dreams. A struggling makeup artist who dreamed of creating her own lines of cosmetics. A marriage counselor who dreamed of helping millions of marriages instead of only hundreds. A college instructor who dreamed of teaching students of all ages how to learn more effectively. A hairstylist who dreamed of seeing her hair care products in stores all over America. A weight loss expert who dreamed of being discouraged overweight people lose the excess weight and regain their health and self-esteem. These are a few of the people who brought me their dreams, but had little hope or no hope of seeing them come true. And yet, by using the art of dream conversion, my partners and I were able to make all of the dreams come true, almost overnight. Makeup artist Victoria Jackson was able to create a cosmetic line with over 100 products, 1 million customers, 300 millions in sales. Marriage counselor Gary Smalley was able to write 2 best-selling books and create the best-selling video series ever distributed, helping millions of people achieve their dreams of a more fulfilling relationship. Dr. Claude Olney saw his life little learning seminar turned into a video series where there's a will, there's an A that enabled millions of grade school, high school, and college students to learn far more effectively than they had ever imagined possible. Hairstylist Laurie Davis saw her hair care products, which she had only been able to sell in a salon, transformed into a hair care line represented by Cher. It is now sold in nearly every retail drug, grocery, and the discount store in America. And Richard Simons saw his Deal a Meal dream turn into a reality and has helped millions of men and women to lose weight and regain their fitness. And these are just a few of the men and women I have worked with, using the art of dream conversion to turn the impossible dreams into intangible realities. Dream conversion to turn the impossible dreams into tangible realities. Yes, dreams do come true if you know how to make them come true. I love Zig Ziglar. He is not only a great motivator and teacher, he's a great person. He has made a dramatic difference in my life, and I quote him from time to time throughout this book. In his seminars, Zig leads his audience through a very simple yet liberating and empowering exercise. I would like to do the same thing with you right now by asking you 3 questions. This is something you need to answer, ladies and gentlemen, Sanghamitras, my seekers. Do you believe that there is something you could specifically do in the next 2 years that would make your personal life, your family life, and your business life worse? Worse. Get that question. Yes or no? Second most important question to answer. Do you believe that there is something you could specifically do in the next 2 weeks that would make your personal life, your family life, or your business life better? Yes or no? Do you believe that every choice has an end result? Yes or no? If you answered yes to all 3 questions, you got a perfect score. More important here, here's what you've got to agree. Here's what you've agreed to. You just said, I didn't care how good or bad my past has been. I don't care how difficult my circumstances at this precise moment are. There's something I can do right now that will take up my future either better, that will make my future either better or worse. And the choice is mine. Yes, the choice is truly yours. If you are here to choose to learn the principles, the techniques, and strategies that make up the art of dream conversion and begin to incorporate them into your daily routine, you will begin to achieve your dreams like never, ever, ever before. So welcome to the world of abundance. Thank you, Rahul, for showcasing this magical chapter. I hope you are inspired. I hope you know that there have been failures who've made it really big in life. So what are we waiting for? We failed. It looks like it's time for us to excel now. Startups are coming up. I can see Sanghamitra's third batch with a lot of startups, new businesses, new ideas, going to the next level. Come on, time to become trillionaires. Why millionaires? Why billionaires? Look at trillions now. You have trillions of cells in your body. Each cell wants $1 trillion. I mean, right now, dollar and euro are excelling. One day, rupee will be the excelling one. So let's make the trillions of rupees excel. So, sir, time to move on to the magical book, Incredibly Believable. I truly want to introduce the book to you today. The author is someone I think I'm in love with, Sunny Satin. He's no longer here. He doesn't live in this physical plane, but he channels through his students. So let's just read about him, and let's just read the preface in a way introduction. So we can turn the page. Is that where we were yesterday? So, okay, no, sir. Though I think we didn't read this. Can we just turn the page again? So the book has actually one extra page. And one more before this. Yeah, so you're right. Yeah, let's read about this. Dr. Sunny Satin, PhD, CHT, LBLT. Dr. Sunny Ardeshir Satin was a universal human, a true citizen of the world, born in India in a Parsi family. He moved to USA in 68. He literally went around the world more than 90 times. Can you believe it? Around the world more than 90 times. Got to be a superhuman, right? Included in these travels were the studies of many cultures of the world, both scientific and spiritual teachings. So I want to tell you all, you can see Dr. Sunny on the left. And this book cover was designed. The book wasn't printed, but the soft copy one copy had come. And he passed away immediately after, right? Dr. Sunny Satin taught hypnotherapy. So I am going to be also teaching you also hypnotherapy. As I said yesterday, after a month, when you are kind of used to this, hypnotherapy is beautiful. I'll teach you all that. Regression therapy will also come maybe a month, maybe 3 weeks from now. Energy healing will also come your way. Crystal therapy, we will talk about it. It's beautiful. Spiritual hypnosis and integrated therapies throughout the world, in North and South America, Europe, and Asia. He had thousands of students around the world from every conceivable background. Dr. Sunny Satin had the ability to seamlessly merge the science with the spiritual and yet present the entire subject in simple, everyday language, totally devoid of any technical terminology. That way, he was able to communicate with and teach everyone, irrespective of the person's educational background or the level of education. So ये book बहुत simple है, बहुत मजा आने वाला है. It's really beautiful. Thanks to Ayushi, we are all reading this. She was in my first sangha. He recognized the unlimited power of the human mind. He knew and taught how to guide a person's mind to achieve anything that the person really wanted to achieve. By guiding the mind, he helped people heal themselves of all kinds of diseases. For the mind, there is no such thing as an incurable disease. Hundreds of his students around the world literally do miracle healing cases on a daily basis. So anyone here, if you're suffering from some kind of disease, this is for you. You can heal yourself now with this beautiful book. Similarly, by guiding the subconscious mind under hypnosis, Dr. Sunny Satin was able to make the entire universe accessible to everyone and anyone. A lot of the information in this book is based on the information obtained by thousands of clients accessing every conceivable part of the universe. Growing list of the hypnotherapy schools in India and many parts of the world is a living testimony of Dr. Sunny Satin's mastery on passing on the unique knowledge of this powerful healing hypnotherapy of his students. So I hope this gives you an idea of what this book is about. Today we'll read about the contents, what this book is going to have. Introduction we will read, the energetic dimensional shift. This is very beautiful. ये काफी words शायद अजीब लगे आपको, पर समझ में आ जाएंगे gradually. A brief glimpse of the new world जिसमें हम enter करने वाले हैं, और थोड़ा बहुत कर भी चुके हैं. The sources of universal information, societal structures, learning and education, money and finance, work and leisure, indigo and crystal children, housing in the new world, transportation, body changes during the transition, health and healthcare, sex and relationships, religion and spirituality, politics and government, the timelines for reaching the new world, preparing for this dimensional shift, many masters, many helpers. So this page is extra, so you can turn the page. Yes, that's perfect. So now let's read the introduction. This is a very unconventional book for a very unconventional time that we are in. Please answer the following questions for yourself before you decide whether to read the rest of the book. So if you want, you can answer in the chat box and that'll be great. Otherwise, just to yourself mentally, even that's fine. First, are you totally happy with your life the way it is? If your answer is yes, then I think you're in the wrong course. Only out of intrigue you're here. So yes, okay, good to hear, Nose. Are you happy with the way the world is right now? Do you really believe that all the war and violence of the last several centuries has brought us peace? Or it ever will? If not, should we continue using the same strategies and techniques that have repeatedly failed us over time? Do you like the polarity that exists in the world today? Is it okay for one person in the world to keep 50 billion in the bank while hundreds of millions of people in the world literally starve or are grossly undernourished? Do you believe in some higher power? The name that you use for the higher power is not important. It may be God, Allah, Yahweh, Source, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Buddha, Mahavir, all that you could say, etc., etc., etc. Do you believe that our emotions exist? Do you believe love is real? Now, is an answer yes? Thank you, Shivani, for the yes. Has science ever proven the existence of this higher power or the existence of emotions like love? In the absence of this scientific validation, should we not completely discount the existence of this higher power or the existence of all emotions? Are you afraid of death? Do you truly believe that we are the only civilization amongst billions and billions of star system and planet in the universe? Is there a possibility that there might be other life forms on these places? Could these life forms be possibly different from us humans? हम ET बुलाते हैं शायद, you know. So do we believe that they exist? Is it possible? Could some of, thank you for saying probably, I like the answer flow. Could some of these be more advanced civilizations than what we have on Earth? My answer is like, yes, 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 yes. 13. Are you happy with the way our current monetary system is? Do you know where money comes from? Who decides how much money is created? Do you know who decides how money is distributed? And who has access to how much? Is ours a fair system? Are you totally satisfied with your health? If not, what do you do about it? And why does that not work? Are you satisfied with the general healthcare system in the world today? Why is it that the ones spending the most money on healthcare are some of the unhealthiest people in the world? Does your education system work the way that you would like it to work? Are you free to study and learn what you want, where you want, when you want, how you want? Do your schools teach you the things that you really want in real life? Or do they teach you things that they feel are good for you? Are you really learning things that you want to? Or are you learning these just to pass an examination and get a degree and forget it sooner after? Are you happy with all your relationships? Are you always happy to meet people? Or do you avoid them because they cause you discomfort? Are you totally satisfied with your own body and your diet? Do you eat anything you want? Anytime you want? As much as you want? And still feel good about it? Are you satisfied with the environmental degradation of planet Earth and the fast decline in clean water and air for you to drink and breathe? Are you happy with the political and government systems in the world? Do they really have your interest in mind when they act? Are you satisfied with the current transportation systems, whether you commute to work from home or whether you travel around the world? Can you get from one place to another in a fast, comfortable way? We can go on and on with hundreds of questions, but right now, all we need to do is determine whether you should read this book any further. So the final question for now is, and please answer for this question, I really want it. So thank you, I got 101 plus answers. 25th question needs all the answers of all people who are logged in the call. Is your life full of joy and happiness and just perfect? Please answer all the above listed questions and go to the next page. If you answered yes to every one of the question above, please stop reading this book. It may only disrupt your perfect life. And please, life transformation series mein nahi aana yaar. Perfect life hai na? Don't come. You don't need it. If you answered no to even one of the questions above, this book will definitely lead you to a happier life, and you may continue reading it. This book recognizes that a large part of mankind is in a very, very bad shape. But there's definite light at the end of the tunnel. A whole new world. As a whole, we are moving to the good times, where it will be good for all, not just for the top 1% of the world population. And it will happen in your lifetime. If you wish to read this book further, please continue. Planet Earth is a living, breathing planet. मैंने कई बार बोला, धरती माँ बोलते हैं, Sister Gaia of the Maharishis बोलते हैं, जीती जागता planet है हमारा ये. She's a breathable planet. In fact, you know, she was sister of the Maharishis, Saptrishis. She was merging with the light. She was becoming one with the God. And she said, no, I will make a planet of my own. But all the low souls, I'll help them to go for ascension. But हमने क्या किया? Atoms, wars, boundaries. And look at Mother Earth, toxic. So now she's suffering. Planet Earth is a living, breathing planet. Upon its surface life, many types of beings, including animals. Amongst there's a special type of animals we call humans, the human animal, right? From a monkey to a man, still animals. अभी भी लड़ते हैं, terrorism करते हैं, गुस्सा होते हैं रोज. Love and light में तो नहीं है ना? Tempers आते हैं ना हम सबको, including me. I'm just like you guys, so don't think I'm there. I'm not. I'm very much like you. So all of us humans, we are animals. The human life considers itself to be the smartest of all animals and even tries to control and study the behaviors of other animals. But is this assumption necessarily true? Let us look at the following. Every other type of animal, except the human animal, kills another animal only for one of the two reasons, either to eat or in self-defense. So जानवर भी ऐसे करता है ना, आजकल हम भी ऐसे कर रहे हैं. The human animal, on the other hand, kills for the above two reasons, yes, but also kills when he feels. Third, I don't like the color of your skin, racism. I don't like your religion, religion division. I don't like your belief system. I don't like your political system. I don't like the way you behave. I don't like the way you disobey me. I don't like where you live. I don't like the person you fall in love with. I don't like your nationality. I'm afraid you will kill me if I don't kill you first. I'm afraid you will stop talking to me. If I want to, you will stop me from taking things I want to take. I don't like the way you keep secrets from me. I don't like the fact that you have more money than me. I don't like your thinking. By killing you, I get all the possessions. By killing you, I can marry your wife. By killing you, I'm following orders, etc., etc., etc. Once again, we can go on forever with reasons why humans kill each other. But the point is, are humans the smartest animals on earth? This book will show other more intelligent life. If you're looking for hope on how humans will change and move to a good life, This book will assist you in your search for a good life. Our planet Earth is a small planet on the edges of a vast universe, which consists of many galaxies, stars, and a solar system, and various life forms, civilizations. The entire universe is one. It's all energy. Energy is defined as vibration or frequency. Energy can never be created or destroyed. It can only change forms. Various life forms exist at various frequencies, mostly different frequencies from the ones that we humans can sense or measure with our limited senses or our limited science. Hence, we are not even aware of their very existence. The higher the frequency at which something or someone vibrates, the greater the part of the universe it can sense. It can sense everything that vibrates at a lower frequency than its own. Our problems of planet Earth originally mainly from the fact that the planet Earth vibrates at a very low frequency. And only low vibrational life forms can exist on its surface. To survive on Earth, humans need to have a very low vibration. Besides the planetary vibration, there is a basic vibrational rate for the ether that covers the universe. This etheric vibration is also different in different parts of the universe. In the part where the planet Earth currently is the basic etheric vibrational rate, which is very, very, very low. But the good news is that planet Earth is moving into a part of the universe that has a higher etheric vibrational rate. This requires planet Earth to raise its own vibrational rate. और ये कैसे होगा? जब आप और मैं एक एक इंसान में भी बदलाव आएगा ना, वाइब्रेशन हमारी ऊंची होगी, हम पॉजिटिव सोचेंगे, एक्सेप्ट करेंगे, फ्रीक्वेंसी रेडिएट करेंगे, हमारी मदर अर्थ का असेंशन होगा, उनकी फ्रीक्वेंसी बढ़ेगी. Planet Earth has been raising its vibrational rate of frequency. 1983, and will complete this transition to a higher level by December 2012. This is an astronomical fact, but it is as certain to happen as the sun is certain to rise tomorrow. To survive in this new world, each one of us must raise our own vibrational rate. Fortunately, there is a 16-year grace period for mankind until December 28 to complete this individual transformation. आपको पता है हम द्वापर युग में आ चुके हैं, बहुत एनर्जी का युग है, तभी योगा आ रहा है, स्पिरिचुअलिटी आ रही है. अब आप देखो ना, नेचुरल कैलामिटीज हो रही हैं, वोल्केनोज इरप्ट हो रहे हैं, बाढ़ आ रही है, एनर्जी, so much of energy. Now look at COVID, drop of energy in the human beings, so COVID. So now we are looking at embracing and shifting our own energy. 1.5 years, what has it taught us? Energy. The new age starts in the year 2029. In the new age, you will be able to answer yes to all the questions asked earlier in the section. So are you excited? 8 साल बचे हैं बस. 8 साल में खूब work कर लेते, transform कर लेते life को, and let's be ready for this new world. After 29, there will be no reason to read this book because everything about a society will change. The good times will really start since we will transform into a higher level civilization. What will the new age be like? How can we go through the transition smoothly? कल बात करेंगे इसके बारे में, पर आपको आज एक ब्रीफ मिल गया कि बुक के बारे में है क्या. बहुत exciting book है. So thank you, Rahul sir, for showcasing. I'm sorry we went a little extra, but that's okay, I guess. The good news is we are now coming to an end with a heart thought. And I would, so Shweta, thank you for volunteering. I would really request you to read this in your magical voice. So I'm very fond of Shweta's voice, and I've been attached to her since 5th of September very closely. She's my partner in crime in Born One to One for Life's formation. And today we'll talk about acceptance. So the affirmation for the day is, I accept all parts of myself. Look in the mirror and say, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. What comes up in your mind? Notice how you feel. This may be the center of your problem. Shweta, over to you.
I accept all parts of myself. The biggest part of healing or making ourselves whole is to accept all of ourselves, all of the many parts of ourselves. The times when we did well and the times when we didn't do so well, the times when we were terrified and the times when we were loving, the times when we were very foolish and silly, and the times when we were very bright and clever, the times when we had egg on our faces, and the times when we were winners. All of these parts of ourselves. Most of our problems come from rejecting parts of ourselves, not loving ourselves totally and unconditionally. Let's not look back on our lives with shame. Look at the past as the richness and fullness of life. Without this richness and fullness, we would not be here today. When we accept all of ourselves, we become whole and healed.
Page number 5 hai, or power of 5 hai. 5 o'clock we woke up and I saw Shweta's smiling face in the morning. So thank you, Shweta, for reading and joining all of us in this beautiful morning. So what does this chapter tell us about? Right now, हम लोग क्यों इस journey में साथ में जुड़े हैं? Because अब past में जो हुआ, उसको हम accept करना चाह रहे हैं. पहले बहुत हमने बोला ये नाइंसाफी हुई, मेरे साथ क्यों हुआ, ऐसा क्यों हुआ, वैसा क्यों हुआ, मैं तो अनलकी था, देखो उसके पास इतना है, ऐसा है, मेरे साथ नहीं है, मेरे साथ नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है. बहुत कंप्लेन करी, मैं मोटा था, ऐसा था, मोटा हूं. अब हमें बोला जा रहा है जो कुछ है वो एक रीजन से आया है. अगर वो नेगेटिव, हमारी हार्ट बीट कैसे होती है ना, ऊपर नीचे ऊपर नीचे ऊपर नीचे, ऐसे तो नहीं होती, या ऐसे तो नहीं होती. सो नीचे ऊपर लाइफ का एक तरीका है. जो नीचे आता है ना उसका नॉक्स एंड शॉक्स बोलते हैं. नॉक्स एंड शॉक्स ऑफ लाइफ, सर आप बुक क्लोज कर सकते हैं. नॉक्स एंड शॉक्स ऑफ लाइफ हमें तैयार करते हैं फॉर हु वी आर. एंड सर इफ यू कैन हैव द गैलरी व्यू ऑन फॉर मी टू सी एवरीवन. या these knocks and shocks of life are preparing us for a spiritual journey. अगर लाइफ में सब कुछ बेस्ट होता तो क्या हम इस सेशन में आते? नहीं ना. So we are here because we've had the downs also. And it's time for us to shift our energy. So all of us have come together in these beautiful mornings for just manifesting. Manifestation की science सिखा दी मैंने आप लोग को, right? अब practice करके perfect करना आपका काम है. कहीं roadblocks आएंगे तो please send me an email. And I think strictly request only my co-seekers send me emails, not the ones who are still thinking about it. Because if you're thinking about it, I can't resonate with the energy right now. And there have been a lot of WhatsApp messages to me personally. Please do not WhatsApp me. Every message in the group has Rahul sir's number and Amrita ma'am's number. I would sincerely request to contact them for registrations and not me. If you will send a message, I will be polite enough to reply back. But I would prefer not to do that. So request to maintain my integrity because I'm very high on my energy and I need to keep that with me. Today, I'm going to do a simple manifestation meditation. Very simple. So I want everyone's eyes closed. Let's just simply manifest and let's raise our vibration to a higher level. Yeah. Our backs absolutely straight. Our eyes closed, softly closed. Feet firmly placed on the ground below. Raise your vibration with the music. Feel it. And now feel the music and inhale. Fill your lungs with love. Exhale love and share with the world. Inhale light. All the darkness within your body is now bright because you've shared the light within. As you exhale, share the light with the world. Start sharing your light. Inhale abundance. You have everything you wanted, ever wanted. It's coming your way now, right now. Exhale abundance and share with the world. Remember, the more you give, the more you get. Keep giving, be a giver. Feel your body flow with the music. Life is magical. Life is a blessing. Life is full of abundance. I am abundant. Say that to yourself. I am abundant. I am a blessing. I am love. I am light. I shine bright. Bright now, bright here. I'm blessed like beautifully. Whatever I desire, I get. New doors open for me, new opportunities come my way, and each becomes a conversion. My dreams are bigger, larger than life. And each dream I achieve, whatever I want, I get. Because I have the power of dreams. I'm in a journey to become bigger than ever before. Higher in vibration. I'm more in love with life. I'm more in love with everything about me. I'm falling in love. At least I've taken the baby step. My journey has begun and magics are starting. And I am on the right path, guided exactly how I should be, because I'm in the right place at the right time. And so it is. It is a beautiful sense of happiness. Let's bow our heads in gratitude towards Mother Earth. Dear Mother Earth, I have a song and a dance in my heart. I have a peppy beat in me. I have such positive vibration energy. And I know I'm deriving this from you. I look at myself as a tree, as a little pot, which is which is now without any base. So the plant which is now potted is growing, and my roots are going and growing deeper, deeper within you. But dear Mother Earth, as I sing and dance, allow my roots to grow deeper and deeper within you. Nurture me with hope, with bliss, with abundance, and most importantly, with love and light. And I promise to make you ascend. I promise to change myself and my vibration. And I promise to share my light with whoever I love, because I am working on mankind. Every drop makes a difference, and I am the drop in the ocean, and the ocean is in me. How wonderful. Now let's look at a life level, our eye level. Eyes are still closed. Let's thank our past life that we've lived. Thank you. You have been amazing. Today I know whatever I went through was for a reason. So thank you. Present. Oh, I'm singing and dancing with a beat in my heart. I'm so happy. Thank you for this beautiful beginning. Tomorrow, oh, you are magical, because I'm transforming every minute and I continue to do so. I'm looking beyond myself. I'm here to help someone else also elevate, because I know the more I give, the more I get. Yes, I'm selfish, but it's good to be selfish. If my selfishness can raise somebody else's vibration, why not? So let me partner in the world of raising vibrations. Let me help you, my mother kind, my Mother Earth, my planet Earth, to raise your ascension. And let's open our hands wider and wider in the abundance pose. Dear universe, thank you for having our back. Dear angels, thank you for guiding us and guarding us. Dear guardians, Thank you for ensuring each one of us is safe and secured. And thank you, Cosmos, for including us in your Leela. To all the divine beings in the universe, thank you for showering your choicest of blessings on us. To all the ascended masters channeling information through us, to all the gurus in this dimension or the other, to all the teachers in this dimension or the others, we bow to you in gratitude and love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for our ascension. Now let's spread our hands at the heart level. I am love. I am light. I shine bright, right here, right now. I live an abundant life. Wherever I turn, prosperity follows. I am whole and complete, and so it is. Let's fold our hands, express our eternal gratitude for everything from heavens to earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's rub our hands. Let's bless our body parts from face, ears, neck, the body behind, up to low. Keep coming down. Again, down to up in the front. Touch it, bless it. And now, let's thank our wonderful body, part by part, for being so beautiful. To all the organs, thank you, thank you, thank you for resonating at a higher speed. For now embracing ourselves with shift, for working so beautifully, for discarding all diseases, to the trillions of cells in our bodies, muscles, tissues, fibers, glands, blood circulation system, bones, and skin. Thank you for protecting us and ensuring this beautiful machinery works well. You are magical. Let's invoke the energy that flows in us and let's share our energy with the outer world of energy. Let's open our eyes with love and gratitude. And let's bless all our Sanghamitras for life. Love, light, healing, blessings of abundance to you, Alona, Ritu, Ruchi, Niriksha, Seema, Jitendra ji, Dr. Kamakshi, Dr. Rajiv, Nikita, Shweta, Meenakshi, Arya, Usha ji, Bharti, Parul, Akshay, missing Dhruv, bless him as well, Neha and Jayashri, Surinder ji, Sheetal Bayani ji, Disha, Sonakshi, Shivani, Amit, Kunjan ji, Ankur, Manisha, Chalu, Manish Banker, Neha, 112 for Life, Supriya Chabra, Mom, Anita Sheikh, Vijay Kumar, Sheetal, Shelly Mathur, Puneet Garg, Sudha Mani, Reena Tyagi, Hina Jagani, Peena, ABC, and to all those whose cameras are off and the mobiles are named instead of the names. I can't read your energy. I can't see the cameras. I can't see the faces. So I can't even resonate. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for making my morning magical by your presence. I love your smile, Manish. Thank you for opening a gorgeous camera. Lovely to see you again. To everyone, thanks, 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 because you've made my morning magical. And I hope these beautiful 5 authors have added some value to your life. Believe me, they're the choicest, priceless blessings for each one of us. So let's resonate in their learnings, their teachings. Let's make our mornings magical. So I want to say one thing to everyone. So I'm not explaining the book too much because it's very simple English and it's right now very basics. So, and I don't want you to feel that, oh, she's a Gyan Mata. No, I'm not. When it's required to elaborate, I surely will. And you all have promised me that you will do your magic practices diligently and daily. And from tomorrow onwards, the audio file that will come to you, it's actually a video file, it's a YouTube session. You will hear it, you will either read it, hear it, whatever. But yeah, that's your promise. So please don't break the promise because remember, promise breakers are shoemakers. So let's not do that. We have to become dream makers, dream builders. Let's make our lives absolutely magical. Lots of love, lots of light, lots of abundance to each one of you, dear Sanghamitras, and to all those who've come here because they're intrigued. Lots of love to everyone. Thank you, Rahul sir, for this beautiful, magical morning session. Thank you, Amrita, for doing all the backhand world. And thank you, Shweta, for always having my back. I love you and I am grateful to each one of you. So lots of love to everyone. See you tomorrow morning at the Power of 5, and we'll see each other for yet another magical session. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The highest in me bows to the highest in you. Atma Namaste. Thank you. Take care. Lots of love.